Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Global Military News Updates. Tonight, in episode 2 of XPAD Live, we begin to go deeper into the true nature of XPAD's design. Not to praise the technology, not to chase the emotion of a dramatic launch event, but to understand the warfare mindset hidden behind every engineering choice. In the previous episode, we witnessed the moment XPAD was officially revealed to the world at Shield AI's launch event in Washington, D.C. We revisited the opening atmosphere inside the hall, the way the event was framed, and the strategic direction set by the chairman and co-founder of Shield AI, Mr. Brandon Sanders. Episode 1 raised one major question: why is XPAD called the Holy Grail of deterrence strategy? And the answer is not in slogans, not in promotional videos, not in impressive marketing lines. The answer is in the way XPAD was designed from the beginning, as a combat platform built for a new era. So in episode 2, we go one layer deeper. We move beyond declarations and vision statements. We focus on shape, layout, and engineering philosophy behind this aircraft. Because in warfare, shape is not for beauty, shape is for survival. And every detail is a response to a specific threat. Why is XPAD tailless? Why is the airframe compact, while the engine appears oversized? Why did Shield AI refuse to design XPAD like a traditional fighter, and instead build something that feels like a hybrid between a missile and a next-generation combat aircraft? These are not random decisions. Every line on XPAD serves one purpose: to fight efficiently in the age of AI and distributed warfare, where rapid deployment, survivability, and flexibility matter as much as raw firepower. And right after Brandon stepped away from the podium, as the giant curtain behind the stage slowly opened, that philosophy became visible, not through words, but through the first full silhouette of XPAD in public. So for the next few minutes, let us read XPAD like a strategic blueprint. A blueprint that reveals what Shield AI prioritizes, what it eliminates, and what kind of battlefield it is preparing for. We do not need more slogans. We only need to observe the structure, the proportions, and the deliberate simplicity to understand the bet they are placing on the future of war. From the moment that curtain opens, the story will be decoded through the language of design itself. And that is exactly where episode 2 begins tonight, with design as evidence and strategy as the conclusion. What truly impressed me was not the stage or the presentation, but the very clear realization. From that moment on, the concept of a pilot in the sky had entered an entirely new era.
XPAD is a multi-role jet fighter, capable of full vertical takeoff and landing. More importantly, it is controlled 100% by the Hypermind artificial intelligence. There is no pilot in the cockpit, no human-designed control panels. Every decision to fly, fight, evade, and survive is handled by AI. For decades, humans stood at the center of the cockpit, with computers acting only as support tools. XPAD reverses that relationship completely. The pilot is no longer a human assisted by machines. The pilot is now software, algorithms, an artificial brain built specifically for aerial warfare.
XPAD
designed from the ground up for an AI pilot. It does not require an ejection seat, life support systems, or structural limits based on human endurance. Every line and proportion is optimized to fly faster, climb higher, remain stealthier, and survive longer in modern conflict. XPAD's life cycle cost is estimated to be roughly 1/4 that of manned fifth-generation fighters such as the F-35 or F-22. Yet its combat performance, from range and payload to autonomy, is engineered to surpass legacy standards. To understand why this matters, we must look at the broader reality of modern warfare. In recent conflicts, aircraft are not primarily lost in the air, they are destroyed on the ground. Runways, fuel depots, and hangars have become priority targets for long-range missiles and low-cost drones. We have seen Russian bombers struck inside their bases. We have seen airfields erupt in flames after raids. We have seen entire air forces forced into hiding simply because their runways were destroyed in the opening minutes of war.
XPAD
offers a fundamentally different solution. Instead of protecting the runway,
XPAD
removes the need for runways altogether. With vertical takeoff and landing combined with a mobile launch and recovery vehicle,
XPAD
can operate from locations sections never considered airbases before, empty fields near the front line, sections of highway, expeditionary sites, or the decks of non-traditional ships. For military planners, this creates a true nightmare. Rather than targeting a few large fixed bases, the enemy must confront a dispersed mobile network of launch points that is difficult to detect, track, or neutralize. And at this point,
XPAD
is not merely an aircraft design, but a strategic statement.
However, if we stop only at design and vertical takeoff and landing capability, XPAD would still not be the factor that truly alarms military planners. The fundamental difference lies in its level of combat autonomy. In the traditional model, even the most advanced unmanned aircraft still require continuous human supervision. Decisions to fire, change mission objectives, or withdraw must wait for commands from a central control center. This inevitably creates delays and serious risks when communications are disrupted. XPAD was designed to break through that limitation. It is not merely a remotely controlled flying platform, it is a fully autonomous combat system. Hypermind allows XPAD to detect targets independently, classify threats on its own, assess risk levels in real time, and select the optimal course of action based on pre-approved rules of engagement. Even when GPS is jammed, communications are cut, or command centers go silent, XPAD can continue its mission without becoming passive or ineffective. When deployed in group, XPAD does not operate as individual aircraft. They function as a combat ecosystem. Some units fly higher to conduct reconnaissance. Others remain electronically silent to act as strike elements. Additional units specialize in electronic warfare, distorting and confusing the enemy's radar picture. There is no need for an officer to micromanage every move. There is no requirement for humans to make split-second decisions under pressure. Algorithms handle that responsibility with speed and precision far beyond biological reaction limits. At the strategic level, this represents a profound shift. The adversary is no longer dealing with individual aircraft, but with an adaptive combat network capable of responding dynamically to real-world conditions. XPAD thus becomes a textbook example of an asymmetric weapon. Lower cost, no human life on board, yet it forces the opponent to invest several times more just to defend against it. More importantly, XPAD changes the very nature of deterrence. When an adversary cannot be certain that they have neutralized the opposing air force, when they do not know where XPAD is, from which direction it may appear, or in what numbers, the decision to initiate conflict becomes riskier than ever. This is the core of modern deterrence strategy. Victory is not achieved through destructive power alone, but through uncertainty that prevents the enemy from acting. From that perspective, XPAD is not simply a new aircraft. It is a signal that aerial warfare is entering a new era where humans are no longer the central limiting factor. In the next episode, we will take a deeper look at XPAD's launch and recovery system, a construct that may appear simple, but is in fact the key to turning distributed air power into a large-scale operational reality. Enables large-scale deployment with low cost and exceptional flexibility. If you find these analyses valuable, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable notifications so you don't miss the next episodes of XPAD Live. I'm Hai. Thank you sincerely for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in episode 3.